Well, hello and welcome to your Virgo Full Moon Release and Let Go Astrology Report and Guided Meditation for March 18th of 2022. I am Susan Saucier, your spiritual life coach. I'm here to help you embrace your authentic self and to offer some guidance that will help you navigate the energy of this full moon. Now, before I get into your forecast, just a quick reminder that my new 4-week course, Step into Your Magnificence and Transform Your Life. The next class begins in April. I'm keeping this class small so that I can make sure everyone gets the attention they need. So if you enjoy the meditations that I provide for the new moon and full moon, you will enjoy the morning and evening meditations that I created specifically for this course, along with worksheets and group sessions and lots more. Now, if you're interested in finding out more information or even signing up, the link is below. I am offering one-on-one sessions as well right now coming up in April, where you can discover your unique energetic blueprint and what your spirit team wants you to know. I'm placing that link below as well. And one more thing, I also have some open spots for my channeling group on March 22nd, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And it lasts maybe an hour and a half, depending on how big the group is. And I will put that link below if you're interested. And during the channeling group session, what it is you'll receive healing energy as well as an overall message that's specific for the entire group. And if you are attending, then you will have the opportunity to ask one question and you will receive a channeled message that's just for you. So let's talk about this full moon. I want to remind everyone that it is in Virgo, and even though you may not be a Virgo sun sign, that does not mean that it's not somewhere in your chart, because it is. So it does apply to you in different ways. Obviously, the Virgos are going to feel it a lot more, but you still can have some aspects that will show up in your world. Now, as a reminder also, full moons are about completions and endings and closures, releasing and letting go. Emotions come to the surface. They can be intense. And the moon is shining its bright spotlight on areas in your life that are needing your attention. You may find that you're even done with a project or finished with something you once enjoyed. I always like to suggest writing down all the heavy emotions that you're coming up at this time, the feelings, the anger, the frustration, pain, hurt, guilt, resentment, all of it. Get it down on paper, write it out, and then you can either tear it up, put it in the shredder, or burn it, whatever you feel you want to do. Now, let's get into the forecast and talk about the positive aspects of Virgo that you may experience yourself or even experience from other people in your world. The positive aspects of Virgo are the ability to learn quickly and absorb information, adaptability, skillful, meticulous, diligent, observant, helping others, perfection, logical, hardworking, kind, and reliable. And some of the negative aspects are can easily overthink, worry, anxiety, insomnia. Again, we see perfection, critical, stubborn, and easily frustrated. What Virgos think up can become so real to them that they create it in their reality. Because they overthink so much, it becomes so real to them. So you have to be careful with that over the next few weeks. Be really careful how much power you're giving to worrying and your anxiety. Super important to take the time to ground yourself. So if you're able to be out in nature, you definitely want to do that. Connect with nature, feel your feet in the grass, really pay attention to the fact that you're standing or walking in nature. Take it all in, ground yourself. If the weather doesn't allow for you to do that, the best thing you can do is spend a few minutes closing your eyes and imagining yourself walking in nature. Your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what is not real. So even if it's below zero outside, you can sit comfortably inside, wrapped in a warm blanket, and visualize yourself on a beautiful beach, sipping a pina colada or whatever you choose to relax your body. This is important, especially if you find yourself getting lost in the worry and the overthinking. You want to catch yourself, stop yourself from going down that rabbit hole, and take the 5-minute break. Visualize yourself in nature, taking in slow, deep breaths and bringing yourself back down from that elevated adrenaline rush that overthinking and worrying can bring you. This is going to help ground you and recharge your batteries, feeding you with positive energy. Now let's talk about perfectionism, which is such a Virgo trait, and how it can be helpful, but also detrimental. Notice how I listed perfectionism in both the positive and negative aspects of Virgo. So for those of you who have strong Virgo aspects in your chart, or if you are an actual Virgo, sun sign or rising sign, you may find you tend to be a perfectionist. Wanting everything to be perfect can be a full-time job in itself. Sometimes striving for perfection keeps you from stepping out of your comfort zone because you feel you can't take that leap of faith until everything is perfect. This is a never-ending cycle that keeps you stuck. So how does perfectionism show up in your life? And what are you doing that's keeping you from taking that next step? What's holding you back? Look, we all make mistakes and we all fail. And it's not always pleasant, but there's lessons involved with it. There are many great people in history who had to give up their perfectionism to take that step, to take that leap of faith, even if it meant possible failure. With failure comes lessons, and within those lessons, you are able to learn and to grow and find your way into the success you desire. But if you continue to keep holding off because you feel you, yourself, or your project isn't perfect enough yet, then you're only holding yourself back with fear instead of encouraging yourself to move forward with love and support. And those of you who know you are a perfectionist, because it's not just in the Virgo chart, understand that this full moon in Virgo is offering you so much support to break out of that belief that you must be perfect in order to be accepted. Perfection is a desire for approval, and it also carries a false belief that if you aren't perfect, then you will have to deal with judgment and shame. And of course, a lot of this can come from when you were a child. So you want to just pay attention to what is holding you back right now when you feel the desire to do something, but that little perfectionism inside of you is saying, oh, but it's not good enough yet. Pay attention to the judgment, fear, and blame that's showing up in the form of something that may have happened when you were a child. At the end of the day, my friend, all that matters, all that really, really matters is what you think, not what anyone else thinks. Love yourself enough, honor yourself enough to do what you want to do and show it with confidence. During this full moon in Virgo, you're being challenged to look at where you're allowing perfection to dictate your future and where you're hiding behind your true, beautiful, amazing self. This full moon's also guiding you to take a good look at where you can release the heavy burdens that you place upon yourself so you can release them once and for all. Again, you're being so supported to do that right now. It's like you're being held in the universe's loving arms saying, it's okay, my child, let it go. We can release it. I've got you. So take advantage of that. Think about it. What heavy burdens are you placing on yourself? What high expectations do you force upon yourself? I mean, most times you don't even put those expectations and the perfectionism on other people. It's just on yourself. So really notice that. This is important during this time in this phase in the next few weeks. Now let's briefly talk about numerology. We are in universal year of 6, which means everyone, all of us, are experiencing a lot of emotions throughout 2022, along with learning how to participate in relationships with others, with family, friends, coworkers, everyone, in relationships with yourself and what your needs are as opposed to what their needs are. We're learning patience and where we need to set boundaries. These are all going to be continuous things that show up throughout 2022, but each month is going to give you little different pieces to help you through. And I feel like March is, especially with this full moon area, is helping support you with your emotions and letting go of what you don't need to carry with you. Knowing that March is a 3 month and we add it to 2022, so it equals 9. So in March, we are in a 9 month, which is all about tying up loose ends, endings and closures, finishing and completing things. So it goes right along with, what we're doing with this full moon in Virgo. It's also supporting what you need to let go of once and for all. Another thing is that the Virgo full moon is also the last before the March equinox, which is considered the start of the astrological new year. So between the 9 month in numerology and the end of the astrological year, it's time. It's really time to leave behind the parts of yourself that are no longer supporting you. Let go of those in your life who no longer uplift you or align with who you are. It's time to pack it up, let it go, and release it. You also want to use the power of this full moon to truly connect with your self-worth. Virgo can be a bit critical, so let go of the critical self-talk and replace it with positive self-talk. I know that can sound easier than it is, but the next few weeks, that's the challenge I'm sending out to you too, is to pay attention to how you're talking to yourself. Virgo can be really critical, so you can find yourself nitpicking at everything you're doing. And even with others, you might be feeling you're being very judgmental and critical of others. So you want to reel that back in because it's not going to serve you. You want to pay attention to how you can talk to yourself in a supportive, positive way. When you feel that little critical part of you jumping in, you want to catch it, you want to acknowledge it, you want to understand what it's trying to show you, and also release it and let it go once you understand the point it is making. Don't keep overthinking it and reliving it because it's just going to build more of that. Remember, Virgos like to worry and overthink. You want to pay attention to your thoughts, keep them on a positive wavelength, and your emotions. Let them come up, understand them, release them, and let them go. This full moon shining a bright light on what you need to understand, you need to let go of. It's going to be important that you make sure you're being kind to yourself. Learn new things. Take advantage of the positive aspects of Virgo. It's a great time where you can let your mind absorb new ideas and use the detail-oriented energy of Virgo to assist you by focusing on the details of your dreams and organizing them, setting up your plan. What are you passionate about? What details can you add to your dream to bring them into your reality faster? During the next few weeks, you may find you're feeling tired, exhausted, even overwhelmed emotionally. Because again, like I said, things are really coming up to the surface for us to look at them and understand them so that we can release them once and for all. We've all learned over the years, I think I speak for many of us, who tend to not want to deal with some of these hard emotions and, just put them away on a shelf, deal with them later, and that later time never comes. Well, right now is when they're coming up. The last few years, they've really been coming up to the surface. And if you are someone who's continued to put them back on that shelf, they're not going to leave you alone. It's going to be time to really look at them and let them go. It's going to help you move forward. The key is to work with the emotion, acknowledge them, and release them. You're being asked at this time to understand at a deeper level why you're here. Pay attention, because right now you're being shown things you haven't noticed before. The spotlight of this moon, it's shining so bright, and it's wanting you to see what has been hidden, because it's now being revealed to you. So really pay attention to the things that are coming up. You're also being encouraged to continue working on your dreams, working on your visions with clarity. Know that if you really want these dreams, you need to do the work to bring the results. I wish there was a magic genie that showed up at our door and said, boom, here you go, here's your dream, all in a nice package, and there we go. It doesn't quite work that way. We have to do the work, which is believing in ourselves, believing in our dreams, and taking action where needed. Visualizing, taking the time to say the affirmations we need to say, and to really create what our dream is, and not just assume it's going to show up at our door someday, because that day will not come unless you're doing the work. And right now, during this phase, you're being encouraged to pay attention to that. What work is coming up for you? What ideas are coming up? Because they're here to get you on track, and they're bringing you more information and alerting you to the work that's still needed to be done so that you can move forward in a positive way. Now on March 20th, it's spring equinox, and you can feel everything starting to blossom and ready to jump into action. We're also still in a clear sky with all planets direct, which means this is like a green light to move forward. Look at where you were a year ago and where you are now. The changes that you've gone through and the changes that you are still going through. How are you honoring yourself now compared to how you treated yourself a few years ago? You have the green light to move ahead right now, even if that means stepping out of your comfort zone in all areas of your life. While staying in the familiar, it's easier, even if it's unpleasant at times. It's familiar, we know how to handle it, we know what to expect, so we stay. However, the universe is really encouraging you and supporting you right now, emotionally, to feel what you've been ignoring so that you can understand it, process it, release it, and move forward where you know deep in your heart you need to be. Take advantage. Release the parts of you that are dragging you down and replace them with the parts of you that support you. So what can you celebrate about yourself so far that you have accomplished? This can be in your personal life or in your career. What can you celebrate about you? And are there people in your life you need to cut cords with because they no longer align with the path you're on? Remember to take care of you, and that should always be your number one priority. This is not selfish. This is self-love, which is necessary in order to bring more love to you in return. So in closing, this full moon in Virgo is offering you the opportunity to look at your life from a different perspective. Instead of being critical of yourself and believing that you and everything you're doing needs to be perfect, it's time to surrender that false belief. You have everything you need to move forward. Release the fears and the doubts, and know that at the end of the day, all that matters is that you know you are worthy. You are worthy and loved. Give yourself a much needed break and release the parts of you that are dragging you down and not supporting you. Let go of the things and the people in your life that are not helping you and supporting you either. And always remember, your angels, your guides and spirit team are right by your side, supporting you every step of the way. Even when you feel alone, you are truly never alone. Tap into the depth of your soul and discover your true magnificence, because you are more than your pain, and you're more than your scars, and more than your fear. Why? Well, my friend, because you are amazing. Now, if you are new to this channel, thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this and will continue to join me every few weeks by hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell, And please take the time to introduce yourself in the comment section. I love to hear from all of you. If you found this helpful, I hope that you will share it with others so we can expand this love and light. And to my current subscribers, as always, I am so incredibly grateful to all of you. Thank you so much for supporting me and listening, and I look forward to reading your comments, and I hope you all continue to like and share as well. And I wish each and every one of you an amazing, wonderful full moon, and take advantage of everything it's offering you. Now, if you're interested in preparing your space for the full moon, I have put the link below for your convenience. And if you're ready to enjoy your full moon guided meditation, well, please find a comfortable space and let's begin. Begin by closing your eyes and setting your intention, connecting with the energy of the full moon, and letting the full moon know you are grateful for the lighted path that is before you, which is helping you to clearly see what adjustments need to be made and what you are ready to release. Now take a nice, slow, deep breath in through your nose and release through your mouth. Once again, breathing in through your nose, new fresh clarity, and releasing through your mouth the old stagnant energy that no longer serves you. Let us join together in love, peace, and harmony as we gather together, embarking on this journey and connecting with the full moon as we prepare to cleanse and release what no longer serves us. We ask to be embraced in the highest vibration of pure divine love, pure healing light, surrounding us with safety and protection always. And we ask Archangel Michael from the south, bringing in the element of fire, to join us on this journey as we burn and release what no longer serves us. We ask Archangel Raphael from the east, offering us the element of air, to bring healing as we reclaim our power and let go of blocks and limiting beliefs. And we ask Archangel Uriel from the north, bringing in the element of earth, to give us a solid foundation upon which to build our dreams, providing us with stability and balance in our lives. And we call upon Archangel Gabriel from the west, bringing in the element of water, to shower down upon us pure cleansing, white light, clearing away old wounds and washing away past issues that hold us back, and supporting us as we sit with our emotions, aligning with our true authentic self. As we gather under this beautiful full moon, we also invite our spirit team, guides, angels, and helpers to be by our side as we embrace the opportunity this full moon is offering us. Now recognize that this full moon is symbolizing the end of a chapter in your life, shedding light upon the things and situations and behaviors that need your attention so that you can let them go. This is a healing process of purging and releasing and letting go. Please remember to drink plenty of water when your session is complete. This full moon is also illuminating the things and people in your life that may be interfering with your spiritual growth and enlightenment. So right now, give yourself permission to be open to the light of the full moon and the messages that are being presented to you. Know that this is a great opportunity where you purge and release whatever you do not wish to take with you into your future. As you take in another cleansing breath through your nose, releasing the stagnant energy through your mouth, begin to feel your body relaxing even more deeply into a peaceful state, knowing that this is your time to heal, your time to purge, your time to release and let go of any stress, anxiety, and worries. Begin to feel them simply lift up off of your shoulders, out of your mind, drifting up and away from you, drifting up further and further away from you into nothingness. Know that you are safe and secure, and your spirit team is surrounding you with loving, healing light. Now begin to see in your mind a beautiful path unfolding before you. The full moon above is shining its bright, illuminating light, and you can clearly see the path before you. Notice that this path is specifically just for you and you alone, and it is created by your spirit team to bring you the safety, the love, and the healing that is needed as you release and purge. As you walk slowly along this beautiful path, begin to notice a gentle breeze caressing your face. You can smell the scent of beautiful flowers, and you can see all the stars lighting up the sky, surrounding the bright full moon. You notice tall trees on either side of you as you walk along the path, feeling the velvety grass so soft beneath your feet. And as you come to the end of this path, you suddenly find yourself in a large, magnificent meadow. The full moon is shining, guiding you to a soft, large blanket awaiting your arrival. And as you sit or lie on this blanket, you find yourself looking up at the full moon and all the bright stars, feeling at peace, knowing that this is a powerful moment where you are here to heal and cleanse and rejuvenate your physical body, emotional body, mental body, spiritual body, and energy field. Taking in a nice, slow, deep breath, releasing and letting go. You are now ready to proceed with releasing everything on your list, stating out loud or in your mind, I am now releasing everything on my list. This is my intention. I am ready to let go of what no longer serves me. I am washing away the fears of yesterday. I now release myself from any obstacles that are in my path. I now choose to forgive, knowing that I am setting myself free by doing so. I am now free from all these things, situations, and people that no longer serve me. This is my intention, and I am choosing to let this go. And it is so. Now allow yourself to bask in this loving energy of the full moon as it vibrates healing energy onto you, assisting you in letting go and releasing, guiding you and helping you purge and wash away all painful memories, washing away and soothing heartache, releasing and dissolving physical pain, helping you let go of anger and grief, dissolving guilt and shame, and removing any limiting beliefs and blocks that have kept you stuck. Know that while you have endured many challenges, they have allowed you to gain so much wisdom and insight in the process. Understanding that choosing to hold on to memories and negative situations and people that weigh you down will continue to keep you stuck. Set yourself free. It's time. You are ready to move forward and release any negative, heavy energy right now. Say these words in your mind or out loud. My heart's desire is to be filled with love, happiness, peace, excellent health, prosperity, and abundance. And at this time, it is my intention, and I am choosing to heal every part of my body and my mind as I embrace this love and healing energy from this beautiful, vibrant full moon. Now begin to see in your mind everything you have written on your list. Notice that it is no longer bright and colorful. Notice that it has now become smaller and smaller, and you can barely see the words that you have written down. The list filled with everything you wish to release has now begun to move further and further away from you. Further and further away, no longer having any power or control over you. And as you look out into the distance, you can see this tiny speckle, smaller and smaller, until you no longer see it at all. It is gone. It is done. It is over. It is released and dissolved. You are free. You are now ready to embrace new positive beginnings that will empower you and fill you with joy and love. Place your hands over your heart. This signifies that you are cleansing the old and opening up space for a healing to take place in all areas of your life. Know that as you bask under the beautiful, vibrant, healing light of the full moon, you are also choosing to make any necessary changes that are needed in order for you to move forward on your path. Say these words out loud or in your mind. I am choosing to love myself. I am choosing to honor myself. I now give thanks and gratitude to the full moon, to the universe, and my Creator. I now give thanks and gratitude to my spirit team, angels, and guides for being with me on this healing and nourishing, rejuvenating journey. I am so grateful for this cleansing and release, and I now have room and welcome in beautiful new beginnings that are manifesting in my life, and it is so. Thank you. Thank you. Now find yourself leaving the beautiful meadow, walking down the beautiful path, and finding yourself back into the present moment, knowing that you have released and you have cleansed and you have let go of what is no longer needed in your future. When you are ready, you can either continue to drift off into a wonderful deep sleep, or open your eyes and enjoy the rest of your day. At this time, I would like to thank each and every one of you. You all are extremely special to me, and I'm grateful that you have joined us to become part of this wonderful family. I wish you the best going forward, and I hope that you will share this video if you found it helpful. Hit the like button, the thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I look forward to talking with you again